Jimmy Skunk and Uncle Bill Possum tell different stories. Chapter 9. The little people of the Green Meadows and the Green Forest didn't know what to believe. First came Peter Rabbit with the strangest kind of story about being chased by a terrible creature without legs or tail or head. He said that it had come down the hill where Prickly Porky the porcupine lives in the Green Forest. And Jimmy Skunk was sent to call on Prickly Porky and ask him if he'd seen any strange creatures such as Peter Rabbit had told him about. Prickly Porky had said that he had not seen any stranger in that part of the Green Forest, and Jimmy had straightway returned to the Green Meadows and told all his friends there that Peter Rabbit must have had something the matter with his eyes or else was crazy, for Prickly Porky had been away from home, and yet he'd seen nothing unusual. At the same time, Uncle Billy Possum was going around the Green Forest telling everybody who he met that he'd called on Prickly Porky, and that Prickly Porky had told him that Peter Rabbit undoubtedly had seen something strange. Of course, Jimmy Skunk's story soon spread through the Green Forest, and Uncle Billy Possum's story soon spread over the Green Meadow. So nobody knew what to believe or think. If Jimmy Skunk was right, why Peter Rabbit's queer story wasn't to be believed at all. If old Uncle Billy Possum was right, why Peter's story wasn't as crazy as it sounded. Of course, it all aroused a great deal of talk and curiosity, for those who had courage began to make visits to the hill where Prickly Porky lives, to see if they could see for themselves anything out of the ordinary. But all they found in that part of the Green Forest was just as usual as always. And if they saw Prickly Porky at all, he seemed to be fast asleep, and no one liked to wake him just to ask him questions. Little by little, they began to think that Jimmy Skunk was right, and that Peter Rabbit's terrible creature existed only in Peter's imagination. About this time, Unc' Billy told of having such an experience as Peter had. It happened exactly as it did with Peter, very early in the morning, where he was passing the foot of the hill where Porky lives. I was just passing by, minding my own business, when I heard a noise up on the hill behind me, said Unc' Billy. And when I looked up, there was something coming straight down at me, and I couldn't see any legs or any tail or a head. What did you do, Unc' Billy? Asked Bobby Coon. What did I do? I did just what yous would have done. I done run. Run away as fast as I could. That's what Uncle Billy said, looking around at the little circle of forest and meadow people, listening with round eyes and open mouths. Yes, sir, I did run, and I didn't turn around until I was safe in my holler tree. Pooh, sneered Reddy Fox, who had been listening. Oh, you're a coward, said Reddy. I wouldn't have run. I'd have waited and found out what it was. You and Peter Rabbit, you guys would run away from your own shadows. You don't dare go there yourself at daybreak tomorrow, retorted Billy. I do, declared Reddy angrily, though he didn't really have the least intention of going. All right, I'm going to be at that tree where I can watch tomorrow morning and see if you're as brave as you're talking about, declared Uncle Billy. Right away then, Reddy knew that he'd have to go, or else he'd be called a coward. I'll be there, he snarled angrily as he slunk away. The end. God is great all the time, all the time. God is great.